Good afternoon. I'm Virginia Killmore and welcome to my studio. I hope you like that card. This week we're featuring all new stamp sets from the new 21 mini catalog. And this card we made this week. I did a Zoom call with some of my friends and we made this card online. I had to pre-stamp some of the things for them, but it's mostly a card about designer series paper. So it's pretty easy to do. So let's get started with the card so you can see how you could make it. So this is the card we'll be making, and I'll be talking about that in a second, but I want to talk about Whisper White cardstock. Whisper White cardstock at Stampin' Up! Is going to be discontinued. The company that makes it has gone out of business due to COVID, and so they have to find a new supplier, and Stampin' Up! Is pretty rigorous about the quality of their paper, so it's going to take a little bit of time. They are limiting stock of how much you can order. You can order 2 packs at a time when you order. So I would suggest if you are low on Whisper White to get your order in. I ordered some last week. If you're really desperate and you can't get it, it runs out, let me know. I might be able to help out. But right now, they're scrambling to get it because it was an unexpected thing and we just have to deal with it. Just another reason to be frustrated with COVID. I can't wait for this year to be over and for myself to get a shot. So let's get ready right down to this card. Now this card is unusually bigger, and the reason is that Stampin' Up! In this new catalog has put out what they call Memories and More pack, and you get 20 cards and envelopes in the pack. It comes in the catalog in this Dandy Garden suite. If you order the suite, you get everything you see here on this page: the paper, the Memories and More pack, even the sorted papers, ribbon, the little cute ladybugs, some beautiful laser cut paper, of course 2 stamp sets. It is expensive, but the suite is really amazing. All that you get, because you're going to get both this stamp set and this one that we're going to be using today. And I have done a lot with this stamp set already. In fact, when we went to virtual convention this year, that was one of the stamp sets we concentrated on and made lots of cards with. Maybe I have some samples here that I can share with you. Let's see if I can find it in my mess. Here they are. I don't know if you can see them very well with the acetate on them, but that's one card. This is actually a play on this card. I sort of fooled around with the paper pieces, and these are all cards we made at a convention, virtual convention. It's a Zoom call. It was really fun. So to start with, we just need the base, which already comes pre-printed for us, and then we're going to get some scraps of designer series paper, and I'll show you that pack of paper. It's really beautiful. It reminds me of a Morris Louis prints, and one side is mostly prints, the other side is mostly just simple patterns, unless I flip them over. I've already used this paper a ton. I love it, love it. I'm doing a swap right now and been using the paper a ton. I love the fact that the envelope comes already with a print on the inside, so when you open it, you're going to see that. But also, look at the cover. It's all stamped. So you can write your address, your return address, and you have a beautiful card to send off to someone. So to do this card, it's really easy. We're going to do our stamping first, and then our sentiment, if you want, on the inside. But the first thing we're going to do is stamp our inside of the card this little piece. So I'm going to put this over here, open up my ink, and I'm going to get out my flowers. I should show you the stamp set, shouldn't I? There it is. The only thing I don't love about it is these little, to me they look like little gnats, those annoying little flies that flutter around your head when you're trying to do something outside, and they think that they can just go all over the place. Now I'm going to put this down to help with stamping because I hate to make a big mess of my surface. I put out this pretty surface and then I'm afraid to stamp on it. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's how I am. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. And then I'm going to just put a couple dragonflies here and there. I just want their little bitty bodies to show in the picture plane. Okay, so now I have to do two more dragonflies. Did I call them butterflies? Yeah, I probably did. That sounds like something I do. And because the punch punches towards the bottom, I'm going to stamp one here. And then I'll have to cut a little bit into this one to get to that one. I think I can get the whole thing in that scrap piece of paper. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and punch out my first one. See how that punches a little white one? A white dragonfly. I wish they had included a little baby dragonfly, but you can stamp out of the designer series paper a baby dragonfly. I'll show you that in a second. So this one is going to have to fit in here, and I might have to get a Post-it note. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. There. Okay, so we'll throw those away, and while you're waiting, I think I'm going to show you the dragonfly that you can punch out. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, found it on the first sheet. See that little one right there? I can punch him out. I think I will. Yeah. Having a hard time seeing it. So I got an extra one. Just for the paper. It's designed for you to go in and punch out. I'm actually wondering if I should have punched a bigger one out. I think that one might have been better, but I got him. He looks good, and I'm happy. So let's put our card together because that's all that's left to do. I am going to get my Wink of Stella out. If you don't use this, I absolutely love it. I always shake it before I use it and then squeeze it a little bit. And because it's wet, it will smear a little bit of your ink, but I'm just going to give my dragonfly a little bit of shimmer. You know how we like to put shimmer on our faces? I think dragonflies like that too. A little bit on his body. And that's it. Now we just put our card together. Let's set that aside. I did do a sentiment there, but I didn't love it, so I decided to cover it up. And I have this extra dragonfly. Let's see where we can put him. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is glue this, put it together. Okay, and then I'm going to start adhering these three pieces on here. And really that's all about spacing, so you may want to play around with where it goes a little bit. You know, you can end up with it above it, which I kind of like, and below it. I like that. And then maybe this over here. I think I'm going to pull it right to the edge. Okay, now I'm kind of happy with that, so now I'm just not going to move anything. I'm going to try to glue it down in place if it doesn't move, because move that there. This one here. I am trying to line them up vertically. Sometimes that's hard to do, so you can drag a card over as long as it's on straight. You can see I have to move it just a tad more. There. Okay, that's better. And then a little bit here. It's better to, if you're going to be off by a lot, then it looks intentional. And I think I'm going to dimensional the four corners of this. I don't know if I did that in my Zoom class the other day, but I love to use the scrap pieces of my dimensionals because they are just as good as the other pieces. I'm going to go ahead and lay that right on here. And these guys are going to get dimensionaled. And I think I'm going to use scrap for this too, because I can go right across. I hope that's not too big. But that gives support to those wings. And now I just have to pick where I want to put them. And then I have that pretty little baby one. I think I'm going to do this. And I want this one flying in the other direction. Look at how nice that is. It's so quick and easy. I could put one right in here. I like that tucked out of there. I think I'm going to do that. Just going to put a little glue on there and tuck him in. Little baby. We were talking about how dragonflies fly on top of one another the other day, but I think that's when they're mating, so I don't know if you want to send that in a card. But that was our little funny the day that we were making this card the first time. I do Zoom classes from time to time. If you're ever interested, let me know, because it's a great way to stamp with other people without actually being there with them. You're there virtually. So I hope you've enjoyed today's presentation, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's. I didn't even mention how much fun I had yesterday doing those gift bags with you all. That was live. This isn't because of issues with sending video. So I hope you have a great afternoon, and you'll join me tomorrow. Tomorrow's card is from the regular catalog. It is an In the Pines Christmas card, and we need more of those. See you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon.